Hello everyone. Welcome back to the Elderly Voices channel. Today, I want to share a personal experience about the decision to move into a nursing home, and I hope this story will help you gain a clear perspective when facing this choice. The title of today's video might surprise you. Why I wish I hadn't moved into a nursing home. 6 shocking truths you need to hear. When we think of a nursing home, many of us immediately picture a safe place with professional caregivers to assist the elderly every day. This is a choice that many families make when an elderly person's health begins to decline, hoping they will live in a peaceful environment, fully equipped with the necessary amenities. However, from my own experience, I realized that the reality isn't always as beautiful as we imagine. When I decided to move into a nursing home, I thought I would live a relaxed life, well taken care of, without worrying about the usual everyday concerns. I truly believed in this decision, thinking I would be part of a community of people my age, sharing health challenges together. But after a short time, I realized everything was not as I imagined. There were things I could never have predicted, truths that I believe many of us don't consider when faced with this decision. The environment in the nursing home was not what I had envisioned. I no longer had the freedom to do what I wanted, nor the independence I once had. Although there were caregivers taking care of me, I often felt lonely and detached from the outside world. The decision to move into a nursing home is not an easy one, and surely, each of us, as we age, will have to consider it. If you're currently facing a similar situation, I hope my story will help you take a more realistic view. This is not a warning, but truths I want to share, so you can make the right decision for your future. Truth 1. Losing independence. When I decided to move into a nursing home, I thought I would be well taken care of and wouldn't have to worry about everything in life anymore. But what surprised and truly bothered me was the feeling of losing my independence. Contrary to what I imagined, a nursing home was not just a place where I received health care. It also became a place where I no longer had the freedom to make decisions about my daily life. One of the first things I noticed was that I couldn't freely do what I wanted. Every day, everything had to be monitored and approved. From meals, sleep, to participating in activities, every decision had to go through the nursing home staff. They assisted me with tasks like eating and personal hygiene, but these interventions made me feel like I no longer had control over my own life. For example, simple decisions like when I wanted to go for a walk or even choosing my meal were no longer in my hands. The daily menu was preset, and I had no right to change it. This created a feeling of being confined in a small space, no longer free to make choices as I did before. This feeling made me frustrated and unable to adapt to the new environment. I realized that independence is an important part of everyone's life, and when I lost that, I felt like I was no longer myself. Not being able to freely decide my daily life made me reconsider my decision to move into a nursing home. After feeling the loss of independence, I continued to notice something else that I hadn't anticipated. Despite living in an environment with many people around me, I had to face the feeling of loneliness and disconnection. This truth was truly surprising and painful because I had believed that a nursing home would be a place where I could find empathy and shared experiences. Truth 2. Lack of connection. When I entered the nursing home, I thought I would meet and make friends with people my age, sharing life stories, family memories, and old times. But the reality was different. Although there were many people around me, everyone had their own story, and no one truly connected with each other as I had hoped. Everyone lived in their own world, facing different health issues, making it harder to form friendships. Moreover, the nursing home didn't offer real opportunities for interaction and socializing. Community activities, if any, were mostly superficial and didn't really help people create meaningful relationships. Conversation seemed to revolve mainly around health, illnesses, and life in the home, rather than interesting and emotionally engaging stories that I had hoped for. The loneliness wasn't just about the moments when I wanted to talk to someone, but also when I felt that no one truly cared about me as they once did. I knew that I needed attention and affection from those around me, especially as I grew older. But the nursing home couldn't meet this need, and that was one of the things that made me feel isolated and cut off from the outside world. Truth 3. High costs and scarcity. Along with the feeling of loneliness and lack of connection, another major issue I faced when moving into the nursing home was the high living costs. I never expected that paying monthly fees to live here would become a significant financial burden. This reality made me feel like I was giving up so much without receiving what I truly deserved in return. When I decided to move into the nursing home, I didn't think much about the costs. I thought it was a place where I would be well taken care of, and it would be worth whatever I paid. However, when I started living here, I quickly realized that the nursing home was not cheap, and the monthly living costs were incredibly high. I didn't just have to pay for medical care, but also for other services, such as meals, daily living, and extra activities. Even though the nursing home provided some basic services, everything had a price, and this made me feel like I had no control over my finances. Every month, I had to withdraw a large part of my pension, which brought along worries about my financial future. What was disheartening was that, despite paying such a high fee, I didn't receive the personalized care I expected. The staff were too busy taking care of many people, and I felt like just another part of a large system, not receiving the attention I deserved. Instead of receiving the detailed care I imagined, I felt like I had to take care of myself a lot, even while paying a hefty amount each month. High costs not only affected my financial health, but also created a sense of dissatisfaction when I realized that I wasn't getting the attention I expected despite paying so much. Truth 4. Lack of personalized care. One of the reasons I felt dissatisfied living in the nursing home was the lack of personalized care. While the care here was comprehensive and professional, it was very generic, not addressing each individual's unique needs. Each of us had different health issues and requirements, but in the nursing home environment, I felt like I was part of a large system with no attention to my specific needs. For example, I had some health issues that I wanted special care for, but the medical staff couldn't devote enough time to track each individual case. Doctors and nurses had to share their time with many others, so they couldn't focus entirely on me. Whenever I needed health support, I felt like I had to wait quite a long time for help, which made me feel a lack of attention. Although the nursing home had medical staff, the care provided was mainly general for all residents, rather than being personalized. Needs like nutrition, exercise routines, or simple relaxation activities like listening to music or chatting weren't given enough focus. I could only participate in the general activities, not ones that truly suited my health condition or preferences. This made me feel a lack of proper care, and sometimes I felt like I wasn't receiving the attention I needed. The lack of personalized care was one of the main reasons I felt uncomfortable and unable to fully integrate into life at the nursing home. Truth 5. Losing the freedom to move. In addition to the challenges with personalized care, another thing I didn't anticipate when moving into the nursing home was the loss of my freedom to move. A basic right I had always cherished, yet no longer existed in this environment. Truth 6. Lack of emotional and psychological support. When living in the nursing home, I realized that one of the most important things I needed in my later years was emotional and psychological support. While the nursing staff were dedicated to physical care, they couldn't provide the psychological support I needed. As I aged, I not only needed physical care, but also someone to listen, to show care, and to help me get through feelings of loneliness and anxiety. In the nursing home, although there were social activities and group events, most of them were superficial and didn't create deep connections. Conversations mostly revolved around health issues, diseases, and other matters, without the emotional depth I hoped for. When I wanted to share my feelings or memories from the past, I didn't receive genuine listening from anyone. This lack of emotional care made me feel more lonely and empty, despite being surrounded by many people. Emotional care cannot be replaced by physical care or material services. I realized that a person not only needs physical care, but also the presence of others who can share, encourage, and help them through life's difficulties. This made me appreciate the value of friendship, family, and connecting with loved ones more than ever. The lack of emotional and psychological support at the nursing home is one of the reasons I found it difficult to integrate and feel peaceful in my soul. Conclusion. Through everything I've shared, I hope you can better understand life in a nursing home and what you need to consider before making such an important decision. While a nursing home may be the only option for some, from my experience, I want to offer advice and reflections from what I've learned. In the end, While a nursing home may offer some benefits, it's not always the perfect solution for everyone. Losing independence, feeling lonely, high costs, lack of personalized care, and losing the freedom to move are all factors you need to carefully consider before choosing this environment. The lack of emotional and psychological support can make life much harder as you grow older. I don't want to say that nursing homes are the wrong choice, but I want you to understand that it's not the only option. Before making a decision, carefully consider your health, emotional, and financial needs. Sometimes, home care with support from family or home care services might be a better choice, allowing you to maintain independence and stay connected to the outside world. Remember, the most important thing in your later years is peace of mind and happiness. If you can maintain independence, socialize with friends and family, and have emotional support, you'll live a better life. This decision should be based on your personal values, emotions, and needs. Think carefully and don't hesitate to seek support from loved ones, friends, or experts to find the best option for you. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to receive more insights on health and life in your later years. Thank you for watching, and I wish you a peaceful and happy life.